So I post a reel, go to bed without a second thought, and wake up to 10,000 views. That was at the beginning of week 2. It's now at 72,000 views, the most I've gotten from a single Instagram post. I'm gonna break down what I did. But first, week 2 of the bootcamp is a wrap. And I want to talk about what's happening outside of just the numbers. A few unexpected things are happening, aka pleasant surprises. One of them is I've been in the flow state, where you're so absorbed in what you're doing that time disappears. More times in the last 2 weeks than I can remember in years, maybe ever in my life. Conceptualizing my posts, planning the shots, writing the captions, putting the puzzle pieces together, and I love puzzles. I feel like I'm in my element in a way that feels so refreshing and, not gonna lie, almost shocking after so many years of A, not being sure if I'm actually creative, and B, sitting at a desk wondering what all the point of the bureaucracy and spreadsheets and meetings that could have been a 2-line Slack message are. And I need you to hear this, dear viewer. Humans are creative creatures. We are meant to imagine and make things. Maybe you've been feeling unmotivated or not really yourself. Maybe it's not depression. It might be that you haven't made anything in a long time. Well, that and real talk. I saw a post once that said anxiety and depression will persist as long as humans are forced to live by unnatural cycles. That deserves its own video. I'm not saying quit your job. Well, I'm saying make something, make up something, anything. A drawing, a story, a solution to a minor household problem, and see how it feels. Okay, so the 72,000 view post. The bootcamp creators reverse engineered how the Instagram algorithm works and came up with all these guidelines that we should use when posting so that the algorithm notices us and pushes our content. We were given a list of specific hooks to use. One of the most powerful, our coach kept saying, is I'm blank age and embarrassed to admit that, and a specific song to use with that hook for dramatic effect. Then you write a caption with the right amount of vulnerability and relatability. The first time I posted it, I was still in I can reinvent the wheel mode. I used the hook, but ignored the song and some of the other guidelines. It flopped. So I redid it, following every single guideline, timing it with the song. And at the very last minute, I added 3 descriptors to the title: happily single and child-free. Then I went to bed. The next morning, I woke up to 10,000 views. It's now at 72,000 views and counting. That is huge for me. The lesson, and I say this as someone who came in thinking she knew a thing or two, trust the curriculum before you try to improve it. Like Curtis, our bootcamp coach, is constantly saying, you need to fit in before you stand out. Master the rules before you can break them. Focus on recreating what works, not creating a new format. The algorithm won't recognize it. Consider me humbled, yo. The formula works. Good thing, because I dropped $5,000 to learn it. I'm not getting paid to say that. I'm just telling y'all what happened. So the post blows up and I gained some new followers. And I noticed something interesting about who is following me. Mostly women around 50. That was not surprising because I had put age 50 gal in the hook. What was surprising was how the profiles were giving quiet women, maybe even invisible, with few followers, some with a few followers and only a few posts. Some of these women are following a lot of people. The word lurker comes to mind, not in a bad way. They came out of their cave for my content. That's kind of mind-blowing and an honor. And straight up, there's a girl in my bootcamp group. Let's call her Tiffany. She's mid-20s, so she's a digital native. She's just starting out, but she's already blowing me away with her talent and instinct. Her editing and effects are fresh and on point. And she has an easy sense of humor that comes out in funny, relatable posts. I'm constantly looking at her posts going, damn, I wish my boomer ass had thought of that. Content creation seems to come so naturally to her. And I'm the first to admit, I was envious. I have to remind myself, she's an unemployed single mom of 2, learning social media in the hopes of eventually doing paid UGC. I have no doubt she'll get there. Her style is killer. As for me, I'm a writer trying to build an audience for the travel memoir I'm currently working on. It's classic apples and oranges. While we're admitting things, a lot of the boot campers have even fewer followers than me. I had around 420 at the beginning of the program. Currently, I'm at 619. By the way, I'm trying to remove bot followers as they come in. They tend to attach themselves to creators who have viral posts in the hopes that the person will click on their malicious link. Block them right away. Instagram restricts users who look like they have artificial engagement. It's a good problem to have, but still. Anyway, some boot campers have fewer followers than me, and I admit, I felt relief and validation. I talk a big game about self-worth not being tied to numbers, and I do believe it at an intellectual level. And I've spent a lot of time trying to convince myself at the gut level. But real talk, they're still connected in my head, at least a little. I'm working on it. If you're feeling that too, take it from your onni or nuna. There is nothing wrong with you. We are just being human. Complicated emotions, contradictions, and paradoxes are part of the deal. So I haven't touched my book in almost 2 weeks, and I've been feeling so guilty. I've been trying to shift how I see that, and I'm offering this reframe to anyone else who's ever felt guilty for having to take a break from their passion, their beloved hobby, or labor of love. There's a concept called latent learning, knowledge you absorb without needing to immediately apply it. It sits in the background until a situation comes up where it becomes useful. You're riding shotgun in a friend's car to get to work or school. You might not pay strict attention to all the turns, traffic lights, or shortcuts, but if your friend is sick one day and you have to drive, you might find yourself somehow knowing every twist and turn on the route. Your brain was passively soaking up the geographical data the whole time, and the learning came out when you had to take the driver's seat. I'm looking at this bootcamp as latent learning for my book. Every time I have to figure out a hook, I'm getting better at grabbing a reader's attention. Every caption is teaching me how to use language more economically. Every time I figure out how to get across a message or idea in 30 seconds or less, I'm becoming a better writer, tighter and punchier. And that's going to make the book writing process and the final product so much better, I hope. I'm also a big fan of incubation, when your brain keeps working on problems even when you're not consciously thinking about them. By stepping away, your mind breaks out of being fixated on the problem and allows the subconscious to whir away in the background, connecting unrelated ideas, solving problems that seemed so sticky previously, and generating aha moments of insight. Again, here's hoping. So while I might be away from my book for a while consciously, at the subconscious level, I'm improving it. And when the bootcamp is over, I'll go back to my book baby with fresh eyes and a brain full of new skills and experiences that I can cross-apply. If you're working on something and have to be pulled away, try leaning into the detour. Who knows? It might be the thing you need to pull you out of a creative ditch and gain some momentum again. Everyone doing the program is really warm, supportive, and rooting for each other. Well, the ones that speak up in class and are active in Discord. I was shocked. There are 60 people in my group. The groups are way too big in my opinion. Our coach is very nice and supportive and tries to give everyone a fair amount of attention, but that's impossible with only 8 hours per week for group calls, 4 times 2-hour sessions, which often run long, but still. Anyway, out of 60 people, at least half have been quiet and not interacting on Discord or raising their hand at all in class. I'm like, what are they doing? We've spent all this money and we're already halfway through. Maybe some of them are introverts and or are getting out of getting something out of the course, despite lurking in the background? I'm really curious. Anyway, everyone else is like, you got this! You crushed that pose! Oh my God, you're on fire! With each other. They probably would have been like that, even if there wasn't $11,000 in prizes at the end being dangled nicely in front of us. Cold hard cash, a brand new MacBook, a brand new iPhone, all are up for grabs. And one person is getting a full tuition refund. The coaches told us the prizes will go to the people who improved the most during the program and to the biggest cheerleaders. So the community has been very LFG with tons of heart emojis and that emoji where two hands are making a heart. Anyway, not gonna lie, it's giving slight Hunger Games, but like positive. It's all good. Like having a dance battle with a friend, you want them to do great and you want to win. The two things can coexist. You can be positive and cheer for others and gun for a new MacBook at the same time. We contain multitudes, yo. Okay, that's enough for now. I know I said last time I'd continue the discussion about being child-free by choice in this video. I'm definitely getting back to that once the bootcamp is over. It's a topic that came up organically in week 1, and it's an important topic, and I want to make sure I talk about it properly. Thank you for watching. Before I jump, a couple of things from your internet oni/nuna. Try to get some sunlight before screen light every morning when you get out of bed, okay? Go outside, look out a window for even 30 seconds. We are creatures of Mother Nature. It's easy to forget that when we're surrounded by so much artificial stuff. Do your brain and soul a favor and give yourself a little reminder. Before you reach for your phone, try looking at the sky, okay? And next time you're standing in line at the grocery store or at a red light and you reach for your phone on autopilot, try doing a quick 5 senses check-in instead. What do you see, hear, smell, feel, taste? This shifts your brain from the frontal lobe, the overthinking executive function part, to the parietal lobe, which processes sensory information. Basically, you're giving your overworked thinking brain a mini vacation. Try it for 30 seconds. Okay, take care. Sending you positive energy through the screen. Energy is magic and goes beyond time and distance. See you next time.